They just recently started taking my child support out when I got my job. My first paycheck, they took child support, and it's like y'all want me to pay that much, but how am I supposed to survive?
The three y'all swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
The state would like the court to take judicial notice that Ms. Siobhan Moss is present and will send a copy of the state's petition via email.
So noted.
We have a partial agreement in this change of status case, with the only issue being child support and retroactive judgment for both parties. I'll read the agreed portions. Parties are in agreement to the father to have a non-disclosure. Parties are in agreement that the child lives with the grandmother. Parties are in agreement for the grandmother to be named sole managing conservator with a geographic restriction to the Dallas and contiguous counties. Father's gross income is $2,513.33 with two other minor children. The mother's gross income is $2,426.66. Mother has no other minor children. Child of this matter is on the government medical plan. Father is in agreement to pay the grandmother $75 for cash medical beginning February 1st, 2025. The mother is in agreement to pay the grandmother $75 a month beginning February 1st, 2025. Parties are in agreement for the father and mother to split the court costs today. The contested issues are child support and retro. So I will take testimony at this time. Miss Diane Moss.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, did you hear the agreements that I read?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they still your agreements?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe they're in the best interest of the child?
I really do.
Can you state the name and age or ages of the child or children at this matter?
Lamara Harvey. The age, she's 11 years old.
And she currently lives with you?
Yes, ma'am.
The state is proposing, based on the father's gross income, for him to pay $338 a month for child support. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on the mother's gross income, the state is proposing that she pay $409 a month beginning February 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on the prior order and the state is asking for the court to confirm a judgment against the mother in the amount of $10,281.33. Are you in agreement with that?
What?
For the retroactive child support.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, not retro, but the prior order required her to pay. Ma'am, would you be in agreement for her to repay that at $100 a month beginning February 1st, 2025?
Yes.
The state is asking for a medical judgment in the amount of $3,129.28 as of January 7th, 2025. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
And for her to repay it at $50 a month beginning February 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Call next witness.
Mr. Harvey,
Yes, ma'am.
can you state your full name?
LaJohn Kenneth Harvey.
Sir, I know that the child support is contested and we'll discuss that later, but excluding the child support, the other items that I read, are you in agreement with those prior items?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so
Listen again,
Yes.
Mr. Harvey, because I don't think you understood the question. I don't want to have to go through this 3 times. I need y'all to listen. Okay, so other than child support and the arrears judgment, she made announcements at the very beginning that y'all had agreed to those portions. And so we're just trying to confirm that part only, not the contested issues. Do you agree to the portion she read at the beginning?
Yes, sir. I apologize.
Okay. All right, Mr. Timmy, go ahead.
thank you, sir. Do you believe they're in the best interest of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's talk about the child support. I understand that you are not in agreement with that. Sir, you are working, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And child support was calculated for you at $338 a month based on guidelines. Are you in agreement to pay that?
Yes, ma'am. And what I was in agreement of was bringing my child home because she got a whole house that she can stay at, and I was not really informed and prepared for a court hearing about my child staying with her granny when daddy just said for her to stay there for a summertime,
Mm-mm.
and it turned into a lifetime, and I didn't say that. I don't agree to that. She has a whole home that she can stay at. That's why we're here now today. That's why I wanted my child to come
Myra?
home. That's why.
So, sir, earlier when you stated you were in agreement to the grandmother having sole managing conservator, are you stating that you're not in agreement to that anymore?
Ma'am, I never did say so custody. I didn't know. I said that she can come home. When she
Mr.
when
Harvey,
she said yes,
Mr.
yes,
Harvey,
sir.
we're not doing any of that. So I need to
Yeah.
hear the child is with Miss Diane Moss. We're doing an order today. You're going to be put on child support. I need you to refocus on why you don't agree with the 338 other than you want the child to come home.
Because Your Honor, I'm so sorry. And I know this sounds crazy. And for me to even I
I'm
never
not going to
seen
have the same discussion again. The child is with Miss Diane Moss. You're going to pay child support. So I need to know specifically why you don't want to pay it other than what you've already told me, which I've already heard once. I don't need to be told twice.
yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. You're right. Because I wanted her to be home and raised with her dad correctly. That's why. Yes, Your Honor. That was my only agreement. I'm sorry. I apologize for even holding it up.
Okay,
Yes, I apologize.
pass the witness. Miss Moss?
We need to
Yes,
ask
Sorry.
for the
ma'am.
arrears, Miss Etchefie. I guess the arrears are not between the father and the mother. It's just
No,
okay.
yes.
Go ahead.
Miss Moss, can you please state your full name?
Diane Moss Tomes.
You have to
No,
specify.
Miss Siobhan Moss, please state your full name.
Siobhan Moss.
Ma'am, did you hear the earlier portions that I read as your agreements?
Mm-hmm.
Are those
Yes or
earlier
no?
portions,
Not.
Yes, ma'am.
are those still your agreements?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you believe they're in the best interest of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, pertaining to the child support, the state's setting child support at $409 beginning February 1st, 2025, based on your income. Are you in agreement to pay that?
Yeah.
Okay. State's asking for a judgment of $10,281.33 as of January 7th, 2025, to be paid at $100. Are you in agreement with that?
No.
Can you explain why?
I don't feel I should have to pay that. Like, I really don't.
So, and have you been paying in the past?
Y'all just recently, like, they just recently started checking my child support. They just recently started taking my child support out when I got my job. My first paycheck, they took child support. And it's like, y'all want me to pay that much, but how am I supposed to survive? I'm working part-time, not full-time. This is the only reason why I haven't had a job. And I took the time to go get a job because I want to do something different. But for y'all to just hit me with this all at once and not giving me a chance to like get on my feet, like it's not fair to me.
Okay, the state's asking to set the state is asking for a medical support judgment of $3,129.28 as of January 7th, 2025, to be paid at $50 a month, beginning February 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement to that?
I can agree with that.
Okay, pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, the parts y'all agreed to at the beginning, those are all fine. Each of you, the parents, have an obligation to pay support. The child lives with the grandmother, has been for some time. That's not changing. So child support from father is going to be $338. Child support from mother is going to be $409. You didn't pay your child support, Ms. Moss, so you owe what you owe because you weren't working, you weren't paying. There's nothing we can do about that.
But
That should have been done from the very beginning, but you didn't make your payments.
I don't mean to
So
cut
you
you
owe
off.
$10,281.33. I think $100 a month is fair on that. I'm going to change the amount on the medical support. The judgment is $3,129.28. I'm going to change that from 50 to 30. So lowering it down a little bit there to more about 1% of what you owe. The more you don't pay, the more that payment's going to go up. So we need to make sure we're paying on a consistent basis, so that we don't have any issues. Each of y'all will have a separate account to pay your separate child support amounts to help the grandmother raise this child, since y'all have chosen to have her be the one to be primarily responsible for the child.
So when I get ready to
The
see my
y'all's
child,
office
I
will
do
draft
that.
an order and email y'all a copy of the order. Y'all have to follow it even though you may not like it. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
I couldn't even answer a question. Like, how am I supposed to see my daughter? Like, when I get ready to see my daughter, do I gotta have visitation rights with her?
You can talk to Ms. Diane Moss. Talk to her.
You did the same shit last time.